As I told you, I did all this research and found out that every animal and every human being who died of natural causes died of a nutritional deficiency disease. And as you might expect, spending the multi-millions of dollars, actually $7.5 million to do this research, wrote several papers, wrote 75 scientific papers, were published in medical journals, veterinary journals, wrote textbooks, big 1,000-page jobs, and lectured to doctors many times at their continuing education meetings. And I was not successful in getting people who are in a position of authority, either in medical research or the government, to get excited about preventing and curing diseases in people with nutrition like we did in animals. And I knew this was an important concept back in the 60s, and that's why I went back to school, became a physician. Well, this came out just about 40 years later. This is a World Health Organization study. Nutrition, key factor in mortality. Study finds life expectancy closely mirrors dietary factors. Well, look at there, okay? And the most important sentence they had in the whole article was, it says, inadequate intake of 3 key micronutrients, zinc, iron, and vitamin A, is responsible for an unexpectedly high burden of disease. Well, there's 90 essential nutrients. They didn't talk about the other 87. They just talked about 3. Vitamins could help 2 billion kids. This just came out in March of 2004, a couple of months ago. Vitamins could help 2 billion kids. How many people are there on Earth? 6 billion. That's a third of the population. Any doctor, anybody who says that there's no evidence to support a claim that you can prevent and cure diseases with vitamins and minerals is a fool. How many of you have ever heard of scurvy? Raise your hand. You can prevent and cure scurvy with vitamin C. How many of you have heard of rickets? You can prevent and cure rickets with vitamin D. What about anemia? You can prevent and cure anemia with iron and copper and folic acid and B12 and many other nutrients. What about goiter? You can prevent and cure goiter with iodine and copper and selenium and tyrosine and amino acid. What about things like osteoporosis? You can actually prevent and cure that with calcium and magnesium and sulfur and many other nutrients. And what about diseases like night blindness? You can prevent and cure night blindness with vitamin A. And then there's beriberi with congestive heart failure. You can prevent and cure that with thiamine or vitamin B1. And then there's a plague with the schizophrenia and all the dermatitis and diarrhea that goes along with that. You can prevent and cure that with niacin or vitamin B3. And I could go through all the 90 essential nutrients because they're called essential nutrients for 2 reasons. Number one, our bodies cannot manufacture them, and we must consume them every day, either as food or as supplements. And number 2, if any of them are missing, you get some horrible collection of degenerative diseases, many of which are life-threatening. And so anybody who says there's no evidence to support a claim that you can prevent and cure disease with vitamins and minerals is a fool. And the last place you want to fool in your life is your doctor. If you have a doctor who believes that, I'd get up and leave. I would not go back to them because you don't want anybody that ignorant in charge of your health.